Is Hocus Pocus 2 really that bad? I would say no, but it does have its flaws. And I think after waiting 29 years for the sequel, I think people were expecting a little bit too much from it. And we all know what Hollywood is like. The sequels never really beat the originals. But is that the case for Hocus Pocus 2? Well, I'll answer that shortly. Now, the reason why I've took my time doing this video and for it to be released is because I actually wanted to watch the movie quite a few times and to actually think about what I'm actually going to say. I'm not going to actually watch the movie once and then just make a snap video about it. No, I'm a fan, so I wanted to take the time and actually express what I actually think about this movie. So, here's my thoughts and opinions of Hocus Pocus 2.
Now let's get my major gripe out of the way first, and it's this guy, the Mayor. He's got to be the worst character in this movie. I find him annoying, and his whole motivation in the movie is to get a candy apple, and when he doesn't get it, he just whines. Now, this guy mustn't be liked by the rest of the town, considering he's the Mayor. He's not well known, or he's just despised, as not many people acknowledge him. So he's a pointless character, and he's just here because he's the descendant of the Reverend from the Sanderson sisters' childhood. A really pointless character. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Now, when I was actually thinking about the Mayor, I actually noticed something else. This movie has actually made all major male characters either weak, pointless, or dumb.
Now, let's talk about Gilbert. He starts the movie off as a good guy, even a supporting character for Becca, Lizzie, and even Cassie. But then we find out he's the actual real reason why the Sanderson sisters have come back. All because he's a fan of them. Yes, a fan. All because he saw him in the year 1993 when he was a kid and he wants to meet him. There's no real major storyline like basically he wants destruction or revenge on Salem or someone's done him bad. Nope, he's a fan. And then later on, when he's actually threatened by the Sanderson sisters and he's got a little mission to complete, he turns into a weak, snivering character that relies on Billy the Zombie.
And then we have Cassie's boyfriend, Mike.
Oh, please, because me and luck will stumble upon the village idiot.
Now, we're made to believe that Cassie is one of the main heroes of the movie, as she's seen on the posters alongside Becca and Lizzie, but we hardly see her like the other two. She's only in the movie to spread a message out there that you don't really need a boyfriend, you need to stick with your friends. Cause Cassie has ditched her friends for Mike, a part of growing up really, but then Mike is the typical jock, but the dumb level turned up to level 100.
Now, one part of the movie that just doesn't make sense to me is Cassie's party. Now, we find out that Cassie, early on in the movie, is planning to hold a party, voila, in her house against her parents' or father's wishes. But then we actually find out a couple of scenes later on that her father is the Mayor and he's only just down the road. Now, is this girl really that stupid to hold this kind of a party in her house when her father is just down the road trying to catch a candy apple? Doesn't make sense because we all know for a fact that he's just down the road and Becca and Izzy do actually send her father home, and of course Cassie gets into trouble. Shock horror. Wow, really stupid.
Well, after he grounded me for the rest of my life.
And another thing that really took me out of the movie is this woodland scene. How fake is this woodland scene, especially that moon in the background? You can definitely tell this is set in a studio. Oh look, we're in the studio once again with that fake moon. No, that's all my gripes over and done with now. So let's talk about the actual Sanderson sisters, shall we? Because they are fab. I love them. They are a bit goofy, a bit stupid, a bit weird, but that is them. And Bet, Kathy and Sarah actually embrace their characters so well, there is no ring rust on them whatsoever. The only downfall is basically Mara's little goofy smile, but that's all explained because Kathy actually couldn't do it on the other side. But I didn't notice it until I actually saw it on the internet, and I don't mind it really. And let's just talk about Sarah, because she to me is the best Sanderson sister. They're all fab, but I'm not a big Sarah Jessica Parker fan. Because her roles are usually just like plain boring, serious, but I love her in this because it's goofy and that's what I like. And this scene as well, I love it because I just love the fact that basically they come out singing, and even Becca and Izzy actually even question who are they singing to and all that. I just love the whole writing of this part of the movie when they're actually coming back. So, thumbs up for me for this bit.
Now, the best part of the movie, hands down, has got to be the scene set in Walgreens, where the sisters have been tricked to think that children's souls are actually youth serum products. A great way to bring the modern day age into the film, as we all want to be younger forever now in the 2020s. So we see Winifred drinking a lotion, we see Sarah trying to catch the mist as she's spraying up in the air, and then we've got Mary, who is eating a face mask thinking it's the face of a child. And then later on, it's hilarious when some Sanderson sister fans are actually in the same store and they take a little selfie with them, but obviously they've got a filter, another way to bring the modern day age into the film. And then we have the updated mode of transport. Winifred still has a broom, but now it's the 2020s. Sarah's gone from a mop to a power mop, and Mary's gone from a vacuum cleaner to a robot cleaner. It's just hilarious.
Now let's talk about the song, because I think One Way or Another is not as catchy as I Put a Spell on You. Now they simply could have just done a remix version of I Put a Spell on You, but then that would have been called lazy by some of the people online. So this to me was a no-win situation. You could not beat I Put a Spell on You. Now, here's one part of the movie that I hear people don't like, and it's the Sanderson sisters lookalike competition. Well, to me, I don't mind it whatsoever because it's pop culture. Now, look at the modern world now that we live in. Anything that happens in history can become, at a time, pop culture, and then there's going to be lookalike contests, costumes, events around them. And this is Salem. This is Salem's history about the Sanderson sisters. So why not embrace that? Why not do a lookalike competition? It baffles me that people are actually slagging this part of the movie off when they don't actually think about the modern world and how we actually embrace it as well with things that happen in history. And people are saying, why don't the Sanderson sisters look a bit more serious or terrifying in this part of the movie? Well, to me, they are kind of like embracing that people are actually like worshipping them. They're actually in the spirit of it, and they think, okay, we're going to win this. Let's have some fun with it. Like, they are camp, goofy, and a bit stupid, and that fits with the whole entire part of the movie. They are having fun, and to me, I don't see anything wrong with this at all.
And another little scene that's gained some hate is the throwback to the first movie, where there's a couple watching the first movie on the TV. But then again, I think this is the same reason as the lookalike competition. Has a movie been made due to the pop culture popularity, and this is what we're actually seeing on the TV, not the actual first movie?
The real stars of the movie are...
Hands down, it's got to be the actresses playing the young Sanderson sisters. These actresses have actually captured Winifred, Sarah and Mary excellently. I could have settled to actually watch the whole movie or a lot more with these characters involved, because you can definitely tell this is Winifred, Sarah and Mary due to the mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they walk, the facial looks. It's excellent, and if they are going to do a third film, oh, spoiler alert, I reckon these three should be featured a lot more in it.
You will love it.
Now, some other issues that I don't mind. Billy's backstory. Why not? We're actually going back into early days Salem when the Sanderson sisters were actually younger, so why not get a bit of backstory with Billy and actually find out the reason why Winifred, there is a little bit of a love triangle that was actually mentioned in the first movie. I don't see a problem with that either. And then Book turning good. Why not? I don't have a problem with that whatsoever, because we all know that Winifred cares for her sisters the most. That is actually the running theme of the movie. It was mentioned at the start, and it's a part of the final as well. And who has spent the time with the three sisters? Book. And we all know that Book has actually got, it's a sentinel being, it's alive. So obviously it's going to occur for all three of these witches, really. So that is the reason why he doesn't want to grant or cast that last spell, because he knows what's going to happen. So that is the reason why Book turns good and joins Becca and Izzy. I have no problems with that whatsoever.
And then we have Becca becoming a witch. Well, it was kind of hinted in the trailer, so no big surprise there. As a whole, though, these three main characters, Becca, Izzy and Cassie, no quarrels. I don't have any complaints. I've only got one slight niggle, which I'll mention in a minute. But they have great chemistry with each other and other characters. Yeah, no problems. But are they better than Max, Danny and Allison from the first movie? No. The only niggle I have is Cassie could have been in the movie a lot more and not have this strong message that you don't have to have a boyfriend. You need to stick with your friends. You can have both.
Hocus Pocus 2 did have some big boots to fill. Did it fill them? And was it better than the original? Not quite, no. There's a few little issues of the movie which I've gone through, but it doesn't make this movie a bad movie. No, it is just a little bit below Hocus Pocus 1, but altogether a good film. As I said at the start of the video, this is just my thoughts and opinions. I'm not going to go through every single bit of detail of the movie. It is a good one to me. I liked it. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.
Bye-bye.